Hey everybody, Miguel Pagan here with William Ravis Real Estate. Just wanted to take a couple of minutes and answer a question that I'm asked quite a bit. It almost never fails when introductions are made. You meet someone new and they find out that you're in real estate. They'll ask you, hey, is it worth it? Should I be in it? And so I'll give you a couple of pointers for all of you that are considering real estate. I'll start off with my story. I started in the business in 1998. And the reason I'm telling you the story is because it's relevant to the good things I've done in real estate and also the mistakes that I've made. So back in 98, in the car business, and you're probably thinking I was a salesperson, but no, I was a mechanic. Automotive technician. I have been turning wrenches for about 10, 12 years. And I was making a lot of money, or what was considered a lot of money back then. When I first started out, I attended all the schools. I got all my certifications, and then I hit that ceiling or that level of income where I looked around and I said, okay, what's next? I don't think I can improve. I don't think there's another certification that's going to get me more income. Where do I go from here? And so I started to look around. Now, the interesting fact is that it took me another 5 years from that moment until I was able to take the necessary steps to leave that business or leave that career behind. The reason I tell you that story is that during those 5 years that I was looking around and I was trying to figure out the next step, I didn't just sit on my hands. I began an endeavor. I began to seek personal development. How do I get better? How do I learn more? What seminars can I attend? What speakers can I listen to? What books should I read? And so that would be the first recommendation I will make to anybody that's thinking about coming into real estate. Just make sure that you spend a lot of time in self-development. Sharpen up your skills, get better, get stronger, get faster. So that's tip number one. Personal development is key. Here's the second tip I will give a brand new agent. Now remember, these are the things that I would want someone to tell me if I was coming into the business today. The second tip has to do with your finances. Make sure that you are in a good financial position. What do I mean by that? Well, have some savings. Real estate is a very fickle business. You can come into real estate and close a transaction very quickly, or it can take anywhere from 30 to 60 to 90 days before you see a paycheck. So what are you going to do meantime? Are you going to be without income for 6 months, 90 days? Let's face it, the majority of individuals cannot afford that. So do you have some money set aside? Do you have some savings? In my case, I had $10,000 to $15,000 set aside, and it is amazing how quickly you go through those savings. I remember almost being out of money before I closed my first transaction. And it was like, I'm glad that's over. So make sure that you have some savings. Make sure that you have a backup plan. Have a little stash set aside so that you're not constantly under the gun, anxiety, and pressure. Here's tip number 3. Once you're in the business, you're selling properties, you're listing properties, you're in the business day to day, don't make the same mistake I made. Make sure that you invest in your product. In other words, buy some real estate. As you're facing the day-to-day activities of real estate, you will run into some deals. Does it make sense that you should take ownership of some of those deals? So buy your product. It'll give you a different level of skills. It'll give you confidence. It'll help you close more deals because you own your product. So you're able to sit in front of a buyer or a seller and say, hey, you know what? In my experience with purchasing, in my experience with selling, find some flip homes. Buy your product so that you're able to relate to the sellers and relate to the buyers. Now, here's a mistake I made. When you buy your product, you buy a couple of doors, a couple of investment homes, do not, I repeat, do not ever sell those homes. I was doing very well. I had several investment properties, and around 2003, 4, and 5, the market really started to take off. I began to look at the numbers, what I bought the property for, what I could sell it for now, and I just sold everything off, thinking, hey, I'll cash out, I'll get all the money, turn it into something else. Well, everyone knows what happened with the market in 2008. Folks, the bottom fell out. And eventually, it cost me dearly. It was catastrophic. The amount of money that you spend versus the lack of income coming in can really, really put a hurting on your financial future. So don't make that mistake. Stay in it for the long haul. Buy your product and hold on to it. Last point, and I guess that would be my fourth or fifth point. While you're in real estate, get another hustle. Get another business, start another venture on the side. Have multiple streams of income. Why? Because if one income begins to fall by the wayside, guess what? You always have something else to fall upon. I heard a statistic the other day that really floored me. Now, this is a good one. The average millionaire has 7 different income streams. How many income streams does the typical real estate agent have? Well, 1, 2 at best. So don't get caught out. Make sure that you invest in something else. Get another gig, get another hustle. So those are just a couple of pointers that I will give you if you were brand new, considering real estate or coming into the industry. Don't make the same mistakes I made. It's free advice. Put it to use. If you like what you hear, hey, share it with others. And you know where to find us, MiguelPaganRE.com, or hit us up on all social media. So that's it. That's my message for today. Any questions or concerns, reach out. Take care. Have a great day.